This is Lansing, Michigan. Most of you already know it's the capital of the Mitten. It's home to a wide array of people from all walks of life, the young and old. It's the home of industry to the Spartans. It's not a big city, but it certainly is not the smallest, and there's still a great sense of community here. As I said before, most of you watching are probably from the Lansing area or have moved to Lansing for work or education. You may even walk these very streets or frequent the Cata. You like this city, it's not too bad. One of the greatest things about Lansing is its diverse culture. Not many know that Lansing is actually a resettlement site for refugees. Now I want you to close your eyes. Imagine you're laying comfortably in your bed and it's morning time. You go to open your eyes and you realize you can't stay at home anymore. Something has happened and you have to leave. Run! What would you take? Where would you go? What if where you were going wouldn't let you stay? These are but a few of the questions refugees may have had to ask themselves. They have been forced to flee their homes and are unable to return for fear of their lives. When they finally do get far enough from persecution, they find that neighboring places do not want them either, and most find somewhere else to exist. Neighboring countries where refugees have fled sometimes refuse to let them integrate into society. They are kept in camps and not allowed to hold jobs. When it is determined that the likelihood is very slim of refugees either returning to their home country or being able to integrate into society of the neighboring country, they are chosen for relocation. There are designated cities all over the world. Lansing was chosen because of its diverse community and its size. It's not too expensive and it has decent transportation system. Between 400 and 700 refugees are resettled in the Lansing area each year. There are currently between 10,000 and 13,000 refugees living in mid-Michigan. Their plane tickets are paid for from a revolving fund. Money is loaned out, and then it is paid back. After arrival, they are offered resettlement support, food, shelter, clothing, job search services, and school enrollment support. One challenge of the resettlement process, however, is that all refugees are expected to be self-sufficient and independent in a short period of time. This, as you can imagine, can be overwhelming. Imagine if you had never seen a car before, or been to a chain grocery store before. This is where the Refugee Development Center can help.
It was created really as a partnership, I think, between the community, but it was spearheaded by Christ Lutheran Church. It was an educational program that was designed to help newcomers achieve self-sufficiency through a variety of educational opportunities. Basically, the mission of the center is to create opportunities for newcomers to find the resources and the services that they need to become self-sufficient. So it's primarily an educational endeavor. We have informal services and formal services around youth as well as adults. So our formal services for adults are ESL classes. So we have a range of ESL classes, different levels, open entry, open exit, as well as semester-based. And they run in the evenings during the week. We have a drop-in center where folks can literally come to the door with different needs. And we either connect them them to resources that we have or to resources in the community as needed. And then we have a very large youth program that we offer in partnership with Michigan State University, the Lansing School District, and that basically involves a lot of after-school programming. My job has a couple of layers. One, I think my main job is to really help support my staff deliver the services that newcomers say that they need and want. So that not only is being a support to them in terms of the program piece, but also working hard to try to secure the funding so that we can offer those services. And the other big piece is with other partners in the community, helping this community understand what an asset newcomers are, and contributing to Lansing being a very welcoming place.
My job at the RDC, my job title is volunteer coordinator. So I help to manage and coordinate over 300 volunteers and interns every year who are really the front lines of providing service to the newcomers that we work with. And in addition to that, I run some youth programming, including after-school tutoring and some special groups that we have occasionally, and drop-in services for adults and children in the evenings. I learned about the Refugee Development Center through a community member when I was an undergraduate student. I was sharing with her some of my goals, and she had learned about the RDC through Shireen and her book. And she told me that it sounds like I would be a great fit to do my internship with this organization. So I actually got involved as an intern before I was a staff member. One of the goals that I had was to not only be a service provider as a person who has the answers, but to work in an atmosphere of mutual learning and sharing. And the RDC really provides that opportunity for mutual teaching, where I may have some skills that I can help provide, and clients have other skills that they can teach to each other and to us. And so it's a community or a family of people who are helping to better our community and our own lives.
So I was volunteering in an ESL class at St. Vincent Catholic Charities, and Shireen Teams, who was also taking over the management of the Refugee Development Center, came to our class, and they were looking for someone to run a summer camp for Lansing School District students, and they were kind of advertising the position at St. Vincent. So I applied for the job, went through the interviewing process, which was actually my first interviewing process in this country. And I was hired as a summer camp coordinator, and a month later, after we finished that program, then we started working in the ESL program here at the RDC. And both of us, Shireen and myself, we started thinking about how to redesign the program and adjust the program to the needs of our clients here at the RDC. So that's how I started working in the ESL program. The ESL program at the RDC covers 4 levels of proficiency. We have a basic level, we have a beginner level, intermediate, and CEP, which stands for Comprehensive English Practice. We have students from all over the world. We have also highly qualified teachers who are working in the program. And usually we have over 100 students in our program semester after semester. We also have a vocational English as a second language class. That class is designed for students who are new in the community and students who also need to learn a little bit about the life skills that they need to get by in society.
I'm actually not from the area. I'm from Alaska, and we moved here, I think it was 3 years ago now. And I really just saw a posting for the job, and I applied and I got it, and I knew nothing about the RDC coming into this job, and I have learned so much. I run one of the after-school programs at the Refugee Development Center. I run the program for elementary school age kids at North Elementary. We have 5 after-school programs right now. We have an elementary age program, 2 middle school programs, a high school program, and then we have a tutoring program for our soccer team. And they're all in the schools except for the soccer team tutoring program. And the programs are all very similar in the fact that we are helping the kids learn English and get academic support. The older programs, the middle school and high school programs, we do a lot of tutoring. Kids will bring their homework, and we have lots of MSU volunteers who are there to help the kids with their homework. And we do little lessons. We call them cultural adjustment sessions, where the kids will learn about hygiene, nutrition, study skills, topics that are relevant to adjusting to life in America.
So my parents had just moved here to Lansing, and they invited me to visit their church across town, and they were very new to the area, so they introduced me to the only person they knew at the church who was my age. And she was telling me about her job, and she was working here at the RDC, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I'd like to do. And then as she turned to go, she said, and I'm moving to Florida in a couple months, so if you know someone who's looking for a job, let them know. So she introduced me to the RDC, and I've been working here for going on 4 years, and I just love it. My position is the school liaison, which means that I work to help parents and children connect with school administrators and learn more about the school system in America. Refugees come with a variety of formal education backgrounds, some with lots of formal education, others with very little, but regardless, they are learning a new culture, a new language, and many times the academic culture in the schools is very different than that of the countries that they came from. The expectations, the rules, the ways of testing, that kind of thing.
I used to teach at the RDC, that's where I started, in a vocational English as a second language class, and most of my clients were brand new within days of arriving in the United States. So that's how I started at the RDC, and slowly my job has developed to be more of a program developer. And I am the education coordinator at the RDC, and my job entails kind of being a visionary for the RDC. Shireen and I envision programs, we design and implement them, and then monitor and evaluate them. So that kind of encompasses the foundation of what my job is. I do a lot of the grant writing and budgeting, and that's kind of where my job is at this point.
Well, the Lansing Soccer Club, in conjunction with the RDC, allows kids who have never been able to participate in an organized sport to be able to come together, feel good about themselves, build their self-esteem, and travel around the mid-Michigan area. These children are seeing success. They're feeling that they can do it. And those skills will carry on for the rest of their life, from to school, to college, to work, to their families. You have to be positive, and you have to feel like you can have success. What being myself a person from some other part of the world, and with the love of soccer that we have, seeing these kids developing that love for the game of soccer is something that is priceless to me.
Because it's a microcosm of the community. It's them. It's not this magical place that exists independent of who they are. It belongs to them, and so because it belongs to them and it belongs to this community, it's critical that it keep going, and that it grow with them, and it support them, and it be an asset.
The RDC is a great place to learn about how to interact with people from other cultures. It's a great place to learn how to be flexible and think on your feet.
Their cuisine, the food, the language, and I, as a person, am very blessed by being able to experience the different life stories and culture that brings richness to our Lansing community.
The resiliency of these people. I think that they are some of the most amazing people that I've ever met, and the Refugee Development Center has really opened my eyes to that and helped me to just appreciate what I have and that I was born in a country where things are stable.
Some of the benefits that the community definitely receives by having the RDC around is, number one, that we are trying to put out there all that talent, all that knowledge, all those skills that our clients bring to the Lansing area. We are trying to bring that to the community, and we encourage all of our students and clients here to put that out there.
Refugees bring so much to our community. They bring a rich diversity. They bring, they are very positively influence our economy. They are resilient. They are hardworking. They are a wonderful addition to the Lansing community.
The first thing you can do to get involved would be to spread the word. Not many people know that we have such an amazingly diverse population in Lansing. Go to your Facebook and type Refugee Development Center and click like. This shows your support to others. Then share this video so that others within the community can be educated too. We have to get the word out that we have this amazing opportunity to help those in need right here in our own community. The next step is to go to your web browser and type in refugeedevelopmentcenter.org. This will take you to their homepage, where you can get up-to-date information on what is going on in the community and what they offer. Here you can find the donation page with a list of where your money goes. You can also find their wish list, where you get an up-to-date list of their needs, such as rulers, pencils, and bus tickets. Even if you don't have the extra money, earning it is simple. Find a local business that'll help you raise the money. Create flyers and invite local clubs to show their support.
What made you come down here tonight?
I received an email through the Phi Alpha email, I believe from Charla, that said there was a fundraiser being held tonight that would benefit the Refugee Development Center. And I'm the president of Phi Alpha, and our officers met and we talked about if this was a beneficial thing that we wanted to support, and we agreed that we did. So we sent out the email to the bachelor's and master's level listservs, and I brought my brother and my husband, and we wanted to support the cause.
I'd say volunteer time.
We are always looking for volunteers in our community.
Most of our programs could not exist without help from volunteers.
Volunteers make up a huge component of all of our programs. If we didn't have volunteers, we would not be able to make the impact that we do in the community.
If people are interested in helping the RDC, there are a lot of ways you can get involved. One great way to help is to volunteer. We really rely heavily on volunteers to come in and be the face of this community to our newcomers. You are helping not only as a tutor and a teacher, but even as a role model and a friend and a welcomer to come and bring a smile and bring encouragement that they can learn English, they can succeed in school, their life here can be successful. So if you are interested in helping, if you would like to sign up to volunteer, that's a great way.
I liked what they were doing. I liked their mission, and it was very rewarding. You could see what you did each day, the effect it would have. At first, I was assigned for a TE class as part of a service learning requirement. I think it's important for the clients, in addition to the actual language instruction they get here and the help they get in their citizenship process and like the community support that they can see here. It's also important that they see that there are people who are engaged in their needs and that the spirit of volunteering and helping.
The greatest thing you can do is get out and volunteer. Volunteers are the lifeline to this organization. The Refugee Development Center also has intern positions for those looking to gain credible experience. Email the volunteer coordinator and they can direct you to a program that works for you. We can bring smiles to their faces. We can give them the courage to continue. And we can give them the tools to succeed.
Oh, they helped me a lot to improve English as a second language and to get a job.
Yes, RDC had helped me a lot. They actually showed me the right direction when I was lost. They guided me to follow the right path. Actually, they actually helped me to fill out the application for my college. They helped me with my ESL English. I used to speak, my English was totally worse, I would say. And that's how they guided me. They taught me ESL classes, and then they guided me. And then the other best thing about RDC is they taught me computers. I had no computer skill, but now I think I'm okay with the computers.
Helping the community not only feels good, but helps you as well. Get involved and always give a helping hand. We only have one world, and we are the only things that can make it the way we want it to be. To show our children that where they are born does not determine how they live, or even if they live. Take the opportunity to impact the lives of others. Join the Refugee Development Center in creating a meaningful life for every citizen in the greater Lansing community.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to RDC for helping me for all those